Good evening, everyone.
Hi.
Hello. Welcome to it's been a while since we've live streamed.
Yeah.
It's been forever since you've live streamed.
Yeah, this was supposed to be a filming day for Brian and Lauren. And knew that we were all off from school. And I said, hey, do you want to do a live? Because, they like to do it as often as they can. But it's hard because obviously Lauren doesn't live with us.
Right.
We all thought it was a great idea. And then poor Lauren got sick.
Yeah.
We miss you, Lauren.
Oh, there she is. She's saying hi. Thank you for filling in, Marianne. So nice. Hi, Lauren. We hope you're feeling
I
better.
don't see that in the chat, but I love you.
That's because you're on YouTube. You're not on StreamYard.
Well, you didn't
There.
give me
Now
access
it's
to
there.
that. Got it. Thank you.
So yeah, Lauren's a little under the weather. Lauren, we really hope you're feeling better. And you're good by Wednesday, because Wednesday we've got the Whiskey Six, baby. So hopefully you're up and at 'em by then. You can join us for that. If you are not subscribed to the Whiskey Six, for God's sake, go do it. Right?
It's fun.
Yeah.
They do a great job. I will not be here for that
Yeah.
episode.
No producer.
I produced that show too. But I'm going to New Jersey to visit my aunt and Teresa, my two aunts. And so he's going to have to wing it without me.
Yep.
I think he'll be fine.
We're going to have to press on without her. So tonight we are here to try the entire Whiskey Row series. We have, our strongly held feelings on Old Forester, at least Lauren and I. And we really have stuck with the 1910 and the 1920. So we figured we'd go through all of them tonight, including Papa. We've got a little sample here from Dave Vogelsang of the 1924. So we're going to give that a try as well. So before we start, you got to tell us, because so you're like a bourbon drinker for like a year now, right?
A year now.
So
a solid year.
Yes.
A very solid year.
Very solid. Like almost like making up for time.
Yeah.
And so
I feel like I've grown up.
Yes. Yeah. You graduated from
not drinking wine, anything.
Yeah.
And then I started having wine, and then they have me on bourbon.
Yeah.
And it's good.
Well, and I won't even tell you where we're going next.
Okay. I just told Brian I can't wait to have a sip so that I can relax a little.
So where are you on Old Forester?
Okay. So to be very honest, I feel like it's how you guys raised me. So for those of you who've been following the channel the whole way, they started with a ladder, right, of bourbon, starting with 80 proof, 90 proof, so forth, right? And in each of these taste testings that they did, Old Forester continuously came out on top, right? And so I would say, okay, let me try that.
Yep.
Okay, let me try that. And then we went to Kentucky, and that was the only distillery that we really were able to tour. And it was a beautiful, beautiful tour.
Yeah.
And
it's awesome.
I honestly fell in love with it. So I do love Old Forester.
Okay.
I do.
That's good.
Yep. I wouldn't say it's my favorite.
Okay.
I have other favorites for sure, which we've talked about before, like the Knob Creek.
Oh yeah.
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 But I do enjoy it. It's
all
good.
right.
And I'm looking forward to sampling tonight.
Okay. So a couple of these, you've tried all these though, not by now, because we got these like in the last couple of weeks, and you tried them both. Okay.
Yeah, because when Brian gets a new bottle, I think it's only fair that I get to taste it.
Absolutely. So everybody in the chat, thanks for being here tonight. And we are going to actually give
what
away.
What does Bob need me to do? She moves a foot closer to you. The comments on the TV won't be blocking her face.
Oh.
Okay. Because I'm so dang short, Bob.
Yeah.
Can you still hear me if I move?
Well, you can move the microphone.
Well, then that's an issue too. Okay.
What?
I don't know. Is that fine? Better?
Yeah. Just push it in there. Stop it. Okay. So we're going to go through this chronologically. All right. So we're going to go from 1870 to 1897 to 1910 to 1920 to 1924. And we'll give you a little history on each one as we go through them. We're not doing this blind. No. This isn't a blind to try to pick out what we're drinking or which one we think is best in that way. We're just going to kind of taste them all and then decide which one we like the best.
And normally Lauren says, she needs some more adjectives. And I always promised her a list, and now I don't even have a list for myself. So I'm sure I'm going to be doing a lot
of, good.
This is good.
All right. So we're going to start with 1870. So this is it's called the original batch, and basically what this is this is in tribute to kind of the first batch of Old Forester that George Garvin Brown created. And it basically when he originally batched this first batch, he took it from 3 different distilleries. So it was blended from 3 different distilleries. And so what they've done with this bottle to kind of emulate that, it says they select barrels from 3 warehouses, each barrel originating from a different day of production with a different entry proof and a different age profile. So they batch them together to kind of mimic what the founder did back in the day with the first batch of Old Forester.
It's crazy how they get different flavors from just mixing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh,
Because
yeah.
it's all like all of the same stuff, and it all
Yep.
comes out different. It's
Well,
really
yeah.
cool.
That's why you pay a blender a lot of money to do that job,
Yeah.
because
They
it's
know
the
what they're
key.
doing.
When you're not doing single barrels, you better blend a good bottle. So 1870 is 90 proof. Its MSRP is $44.99. I think I got this for 46, maybe like $46.99 or something. So it was a couple dollars more, but
Did you get that one locally, or did you have to? I can't remember.
I think this might be from up in Buffalo.
Oh.
I don't think I got it here.
Okay.
But all right. So wait, no, I did get this at Sheridan.
Oh.
So right up the road.
Okay.
So we're going to try just a little. We've got 5 to taste, so we're going to take it easy.
We're going to go slow.
Yeah, we're going to go slow. All right. So again, this is the 1870. And like I said, we're going in chronological order. So we're going to just kind of go through with kind of the by date.
Okay. I should have been taking notes to see, or maybe I should put forward what I like and leave behind what I don't.
Well, no, they're sitting right here.
Well, how do I remember?
Because we're only drinking for like an hour. You'll remember.
All right.
Okay. All right. Yeah, Dan, we'll make sure we'll give you all the stats on this. Price point. We'll give you the proof. We'll give you, like I said, a little bit of history around them. And all 4 of I'll say all 4 of these original releases are widely available. The 1924 I haven't seen around here. I have seen people getting it though, like on some of the local groups.
You did have to go out of town to find one of these.
The 1897, I had to go to Buffalo.
Hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we went out to dinner in Erie over the weekend, and it was good that Brian had picked it up with our buddy Andy, because he said, okay, I can look in Erie and try to pick it up. And we went to 2 different stores and they didn't have it. So it would have been unfortunate
if we didn't
have it. Yeah. Are we ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this to me just has the nose of an Old Forester.
What is an Old Forester? What does an Old Forester smell like to you?
Like caramel, a little bit of like Bananas Foster.
Yeah.
And they're definitely for a 90 proof, I'm getting more ethanol than I would expect off of this.
Okay.
But let's give it a shot.
Oh God, I hate when Brian swallows in the microphone, and I just did it. Sorry, guys. Oh, it's very nutty on the back.
Yeah.
I get a lot of nut.
I actually almost feel like this. I guess we're talking about 10 proof points difference. So that's a big consideration here. But I almost feel like the standard 100 proof is definitely more flavorful than this. It's a little bit thin. And I think when we went to the distillery, this is the one I like the best.
Yeah.
I mean, of the ones I hadn't tried, I had not tried these 2, and I think I like this better than the Bottle and Bond. This is our first pour of the night. It's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah.
I feel like when we went to Kentucky, I was still very new into drinking bourbon, and so it's hard for me to remember what I tasted and what I liked. It's okay. As you know now, when we're going to have a drink at nighttime, you ask me what do I want to drink, and I always say find me something higher proof. So I've become kind of
and that could be it too. I mean, it's definitely lower proof.
It is. I'm getting a little tickle in the back of my throat, but not the Kentucky hug.
Yeah, no. It's okay. It seems a little thin to me. But like I said, first pour of the day, 90 proof. So I think this is one like we would probably say it's fine. It's fine.
Fine.
Yeah.
Fine.
All right. So let's see what's happening out here in the world of the chat real quick. You made Roseanne LOL, Maria.
Oh, but she told me she liked my blush.
Oh, how nice.
And I worked really hard today. I wanted
Did
to
it
make
make you
sure.
blush?
God, I hope not, because then that would have been worse.
Grifter Edge. That's a new name. We haven't seen you here before.
Hi, Grifter.
Welcome. Hey,
welcome,
Grifter.
welcome.
You are right. I think it retails. I think that the 1924 retails for like 110 or 20 or something. Like it's not one we would
This
buy.
special one that we're
Yeah.
gonna try later.
That's not
Okay.
one we would buy.
Excuse me.
Because of the price point. And yeah, I've seen people paying a bit more than that on the secondary and different groups and stuff.
Now, why?
So yeah,
What would make this so special that you would want it? You'd pay that much for this?
it's 10 years old. I
Okay.
think that's the big thing
Mhm.
people are kind of going crazy for.
Mhm.
And it's a special release. It's a limited release. I think that probably has a lot to do with it. So
I appreciate a special and limited release. I always want what people don't have.
yes. And like you're always like, go get that. You
Get
can't get
it.
it again. Yeah.
That's right.
All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was
So
just okay.
1870 was okay.
Yeah.
I don't know that I'm crazy about it. I don't think I'm liking it as much as I did when we were at the distillery and we tasted
I
it.
wish you would say less, because I'm trying for you not to influence
Okay.
my opinion.
So for the next one, you're going to tell us what you think first.
Oh, now I just backed myself into a
did.
corner. What
All
if
right.
I say something dumb?
So our next one is 1897. All right. And this is bottled in bond. I believe I could be mistaken. And if somebody in the chat knows better, please let me know if I'm wrong in this, but I believe this is the only bottled in bond Old Forester. Because the 100 proof, the signature is not bottled in bond. I don't believe that the 100 proof 100 proof single barrels are not bottled in bond. So I think this is the only bottled in bond Old Forester product.
Okay.
So I would put this up against. It's hard because it also was a little more expensive. This one is. So let's see.
Look at, he has show notes.
Yep, I got.
He made
the
me a
notes
little
and
nervous.
everything.
He said he had notes. I said I didn't have my glasses, so I had to quick run up and get them.
Widely available. 100 proof, obviously, because it's bottled in bond. The MSRP on this one says $49.99, but I think it was closer to $56 or $57. So it's a little more
But still in your ethos of the
Oh
channel.
yeah, absolutely.
Which is another reason why I think Brian and Lauren like Old Forester so much, because it does fall within their price point that they like to pay, and what they built their channel on, the theory of their channel. So
yep.
I'm just injecting my own opinion. I could be full of baloney, but I like it.
You like it?
I like my opinion.
Oh. Yeah, she'll tell you all the time. All right. So 1897, it is bottled in bond. Obviously, bottled in bond kind of has some restrictions. It's named 1897 because that's the year the Bottled in Bond Act was passed. The standards for a bottle of bond whiskey is it must be aged in a federally bonded
I
warehouse
was going to ask you about bottled in bond.
for at
Good
least
job.
4 years. Product of one distillation season, one distiller, and from one distillery, and bottled at 100 proof.
Excuse me, I'm going to can you please throw that last comment up on the screen?
This one?
No.
Nope.
Christine Cruz.
Oh, yes, Christine, of course.
I love you.
This is like Marianne's codependent best friend. And they just do everything together. And look at this one.
What? The Brooklyn R?
No.
Oh.
The sexual tension is real. Make sure you turn your camera off later. Thank you, Lauren.
Yikes, Lauren.
Thanks for that tip.
We're going in the hot tub next. You know what that means.
Second to last. Mike Recavita, the Brooklyn R is killing me, Marianne.
Oh, because I say Old
Yep.
Forester.
Yep. All right. Okay, so let's get into the 1897.
Please, let's.
All right.
Okay. I also told Brian that we're going to bring our favorite into the hot tub after the live.
Yeah. Okay. Just a little bit.
Okay.
Just a little.
This is more than you poured the first time.
Is it?
Mhm.
Well, I'm a little heavier handed after one drink. So, okay.
Okay. Here we
So
go.
this is the 1897. It's 100 proof. I would be interested in putting this up against the signature, but I'm not sampling 6 bottles tonight.
No. What's the signature?
That's the 100 proof, like the standard 100
Oh.
proof Old
Oh,
Forester.
oh.
All right.
Not your special bottle.
No. Those
Bottles.
those are 130 some.
Mm.
Those blue ones, yeah.
And there's another one, right? There's a pick around right now.
Yeah, there's a pick. Yellow Brick Road or Yellow Brick Liquors up in Depew has a pick right now.
I told him to go get it.
I'm waiting on because you know why. There's a store, Mike Rucavina, who's in the chat, told me there's a store that's getting a 100 proof pick with the black label, and I would love
Ooh,
to try.
I
one
love
of
a good
those.
pick.
Yeah.
I freaking love the picks.
Yes.
Okay, here we go. Don't say anything.
Now this one, okay, I won't say anything. You tell us what you think,
Okay.
but no dead air.
But please don't judge me while I'm giving my opinion.
It's hotter.
A little bit.
Yeah.
It's still okay. It's still mild to me.
Yep.
It's still light. It's not packing a punch. It's nothing. It's okay. It's just okay.
Yeah,
That's my opinion.
don't
Don't judge me.
No, nobody's judging you. Your palate is subjective,
I know.
and there might be somebody who loves this. To me, this is also thin.
Yes.
Like it doesn't have a ton of flavor. I feel like the Signature 100 beats both of these.
Okay, so one thing that I really love about drinking bourbon
Mhm.
is the aftertaste that I get,
Mhm.
and like you told me, the
The oaky afterbirth.
the Kentucky hug.
Mhm.
And I like the warm feeling. I like for a minute to go down the palate. And this is just not giving me that.
So these two to me taste very similar, except this 100 proof, you just taste more proof.
That's
on
it.
But
It's
it
just a little
tastes
more proofy.
almost identical.
Mhm. I agree.
Um,
And I said it
Okay.
first. It's just okay.
it's like, and maybe this is why I don't regularly have these on the shelf,
Mhm.
because I don't know.
I would
just don't.
drink not a Manhattan, an old fashioned with this.
Yeah, but if you could buy bottled in bond for $25 instead of $56,
Oh,
you
yeah, I
just
would
make
buy
an
the-
old fashioned with that.
That's
like
correct.
Evan Williams, $25 for a liter.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
would just go with that.
I agree.
So like this, I guess, and it's funny, we started with Old Forester over here. And I think maybe these suffer because these are so flavorful and so good.
It's very like I'm getting alcohol in my nose and nothing in the back
Like
of
it's
my
going
throat.
up your nose?
Yeah. Boy, that's a lot of that's what she said. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, it's fine. I think it's fine. It does taste like an Old Forester. It's caramely. It's got a little bit of banana in it for me. I just think it's not sticking around very long.
No,
It's just fine.
it's just fine.
Yeah.
It's in the words of the kids, it's mid, bruh.
Yeah, it's mid. It's very mid. And so exciting news. We're going to give away a flight of these 4.
And then
so
you can tell us if you agree with our
as we
opinions.
talk about how boring and mutt they are, you can have a chance to win them. So
Okay, I cleaned out
drink
my
some
glass.
water. Yeah, I
Yeah.
should probably do that.
Yeah.
too.
Ooh.
So what's everybody drinking tonight? Let us know in the chat what you got in the glass. While I rinse out.
Okay, so now now I have to do the no dead air. Sorry about that.
No, you're okay.
Okay.
You're okay. Yeah, Attica coming soon. That's the liquor store. Attica. It has the 100 proof.
We will go
Yes, we will be there and get one.
because I am that nice a wife.
You are.
Thanks.
That's true.
Thanks, babe.
Guilty. Okay.
Okay.
So next in the series is 1910. In 1910, when we started this channel and when we started kind of reviewing bourbon and people were like, oh, you should try this, you should try that. People said 1910, if you like Woodford Reserve Double Oaked,
Mhm.
which you do,
I love Woodford
Yep.
Reserve Double Oak.
that's probably your favorite. Yes.
No, not anymore. It's
What's your
still
favorite?
the Knob Creek. The Knob Creek 12. I really, really love
Knob
that.
Creek 12.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right.
But the Woodford goes in my top 3.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So
I like that Elijah Craig.
the one from Ben, the pick from Minnesota.
Yes, but the A123 from last year was
Oh, yeah,
freaking
the barrel
delicious.
proof. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a good one.
Thank you.
Yeah, you can't go wrong.
Maybe
we
I do have a good palate.
we picked that as our favorite of the 3.
You
I
did.
think we did.
You did.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
know.
the A batch was the best. We
Mhm.
haven't seen the 124
I
yet
started
around
looking.
here. Did you start looking?
Of course I did.
Well, let me know when you find it.
Yep.
Okay, so 1910 is a double oaked. So the story on this one, the history on this one is October 22nd, 1910, a fire on the bottling line halted production at Old Forester. Mature whiskey ready to be bottled instead was stored in a secondary barrel. What emerged was a delightful whiskey, remarkable enough to become an entirely new expression, old fine whiskey. And that's what it says underneath the 1910, old fine whiskey. So this is basically a double oaked bourbon to kind of mimic that kind of mistake that they made. Well, not a mistake, but they kind of had to rush and throw this whiskey in barrels.
It's
That
a
was
delicious mistake.
yeah, it is a delicious mistake. I have generally found this not as enjoyable as double oaked, but I still find it to be quite enjoyable.
Because that Woodford Double Oak gives you such a punch of like oaky, like smokiness that
Mhm.
I have not tasted in any other double oaked that you have given
Yeah.
me. There's a 2X upstairs,
It's a
2XO
2XO, yeah.
that we've had, and you told me is double oaked. I'm not tasting
Nothing like
that
it. Yeah.
oaky. No, there's nothing like that.
Yeah, it's nothing like it.
Yeah.
All right. So let's get into the 1910.
Okay.
This one, I'll give you the stats. This one is, hold on, I gotta look at my notes. I mean, I probably know it, but I'll just make sure I'm correct.
He knows it.
So it's 93 proof. That's right there
It's
at the
right
top.
at the top.
Yep. Non-age stated, $54.99, and I think that's about right. I did not pay $60 for this. It was in the 50s. It says moderate availability. I have never had a problem finding this.
I saw it in all the stores
Yeah,
we were
we've
in.
got it
Mhm.
in 2 stores here in town.
Yeah.
And we're a little town. So the moderate availability, I would question.
Yeah.
I have no issue finding this. And I think we've like privately tried this head to head with Woodford Double Oaked. I think I would like to maybe do
I would do a blind on this one.
Yeah,
for
maybe
sure.
find one more double oak that we could put them all together and just
Try the
kind of
2XO.
decide. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
no, I already know this 2XO.
So you know what's my favorite thing to do is when Brian and Lauren are doing a blind, I do it on the other side of the camera with them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I offer my opinion and you can't hear me.
Yeah, well, sometimes they
Sometimes
don't.
this would be my favorite thing. I told B, get me a microphone so that I could be like Robin on the Howard Stern show, but that would require some new equipment.
Yeah.
But I think this summer we're going to try to make it happen.
Maybe if we get a few more Patreons.
Huh?
There you go. Check us out on Patreon.
Patreon. There's a lot of fun stuff coming up. I have a lot of great ideas that I've been actually.
She really does.
I just came up with a couple really cool ideas. And Lauren doesn't even know about those yet because I was going to tell you today. But think about Patreon. There's going to be some good stuff coming.
Holy cow. So Bob says that 1910 is the favorite of the Old Forester offerings. And it's good. It's fine. I know you post about it a lot, that you really do enjoy it. And let's see, Dave. This is crazy to me. Dave Vogel saying, my local store sells Old Forester 1910 for $46.99 and Old Forester 1920 for $48.99. It's not even close here. It's like $65 for 1920.
Oh my God.
Yep.
And we were seeing price differences in the stores we went to in Erie that you were telling me. There was like $20 or more difference.
Erie was cheaper. Erie is state controlled though.
Yeah.
So here in New York State, and I am guessing that some of it has to do with taxes and stuff because we live in New York and
we're overly taxed.
A taxi state.
Sorry, I don't mean to get political
No,
here, but that's the truth.
But yeah, they are like
bottle shouldn't be that difference in price.
So compared to that, Dave, we're about $10 more on the 1910 and about $15 more on the 1920. You can find it like for 60 or 62, but I see it pretty consistently at $64.99 for the 1920. But we'll get to it. So this is MSRP $54.99.
Okay.
Dave says $46.99, so your mileage may vary on the MSRP, but it's 93 proof. Like we said, it's double oaked bourbon. So let's give it. It's got a great.
It's got a very sweet. There's a very sweet smell to it.
Yep,
I liked it.
So, and we don't identify a ton of flavors.
I don't normally, but I smell a cherry in here.
Okay, cherry. I'm getting chocolate and like.
I got a definite cherry, like immediately.
Maybe like a fruitiness, but I can't I have a trash palate and nose, so I can't identify
Well,
a
cherry is fruit.
specific. Yeah, but I'm saying I can't identify a specific fruit, but I am getting kind of that fruity sweetness on the nose
Bob
too.
said something's happening with the feed.
Uh-oh. What happened?
I don't know.
Hey, what's up, Ben? Good to see you.
Hi, Ben. I'm
Yeah.
not Lauren.
Yeah, Lauren, you are right. Less selection, better prices. I'd rather have the selection. I am 100% with you. Like, and we've talked about this. Like, we go to
He
the
said fixed.
stores in Pennsylvania, and it's pretty much store to store exactly the same. Like, if you went to 4 or 5 stores, you would get very little variation in Pennsylvania, or at least where we've looked. I mean, honestly, it's been exclusively like Northeast and Erie, basically, is
Yeah.
where we've looked, but very similar selection. You don't get a lot of variance. So it's I would say in Pennsylvania, at least where we've looked, like it would not be an ideal place to go hunting because you would
No.
just find the same stuff.
same stuff.
everywhere.
Yeah.
But
No,
yeah,
when we went to New Jersey, there were some great choices in those liquor stores. Do you
Yeah.
remember what was that Four Roses one you found? It's gone now. It was so good.
Which one?
When we went to Jane Lindsay's wedding.
Oh yeah, I got
Four
a barrel
Roses.
strength.
Oh God, it was so
The
good.
Four Roses barrel strength. That
Yeah.
was just sitting at. That was crazy. That was just sitting on the shelf
Mhm.
for $70, and like they're easily 80, 90, and $100. But yeah, I lucked out on that one.
was
Brought
so-
one back for Lauren too. That
Yeah.
was great.
It was good, and now it's gone.
Beach Sand Bourbon. If you are not a subscriber, go ahead and subscribe to Beach Sand Bourbon. If somebody could drop the link, Ahmad, would you please drop that link?
I can't do
know.
that today. No, I wasn't telling you. I was telling them.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, they know you can't do it.
Well, just saying.
But yeah. So let's go ahead and get into this one.
Okay.
We already nosed it a little bit.
Ready? Here
Yeah.
we go. I get a little smoky on it too, just a little. Okay. Oh, right, because it's a double oaked. Huh.
Oh.
Shush.
Oh man. That is super nice.
That is good.
So I don't find it as sweet as Woodford Double Oaked.
No, but I get a smoky taste in there.
Yep.
The only thing is I wish it had a little more proof to it. Like it's not,
Yeah.
I'm not getting I would like a little burn with that smoke, and that would be chef's kiss.
Yeah. And this is 93 and the Double Oaked is 94.
No, it's not very high. You're right.
They're practically the same. I don't know what it is they do with the Woodford one, but it's definitely different, and it's definitely got a little more sweetness to it. Like I always think about like s'mores.
Yes.
When I
Yes.
have the Double
It's
Oak.
usually
This
what
one's
I take out on the deck.
Yeah.
When I go listen to a book. The smoke is. I'm sorry. Go ahead. What were you?
No,
gonna
go
say?
ahead. Go
Oh,
ahead.
I just was going to say the smoke from this is staying in my mouth for a bit of time, which I'm really enjoying. Like I really like that kind of flavor.
That is.
Mhm.
I like it. So what I've also noticed about this one, and I don't necessarily consider this like off-putting or a bad thing, but I
Sorry.
also get on this one a little more bitterness, but it's like a roasty bitterness,
Yeah.
like a coffee bitterness.
Yeah, I
And
agree.
I like it.
I like it too. And now I know why people mix the 1910 and the 1920 together to make that 1915.
Yeah.
Because the smoky packed with the higher proof is
Yep.
probably delicious.
If you've never made a batch of 1915, it doesn't take much. Like you don't need to use a whole bottle. Do a cup of each, throw them in a bottle and let them sit a week and then drink it. It's like the best parts of both these.
Maybe that's what we'll do tonight.
Make some 1915.
for
Well,
the-
yeah, but
for hot
it's
dog.
got to sit and blend.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
You don't want to rush it. You can't rush the
Besides,
19.
I'll probably want something higher
15.
proof for the
Yeah,
hot tub anyway.
That's right. Yeah, agreed. Beach Sand Bourbon 1915 is great. All right.
You can have some ready for me when I get back from New Jersey.
Oh, can I?
Yeah.
Okay.
I only gave him 2 things to do while I'm away. Very simple things.
Dispose of your roses.
Yeah. He bought me beautiful roses for Valentine's Day and sent them to school, but they're still living, and I don't have the heart to throw those away. And then, there's 1 bushel of laundry that I didn't get to, and I asked him to please fold that. 2
Yeah,
things.
we'll see about that one.
Come on, people. Is that a lot that I'm asking him to do? You can comment below. If anybody disagrees with me, I'm flipping this table and I'm out of here.
Bourbon Note Ben. Hold on. Where is he?
Oh. Please tell
Ben's
me there
here.
will be a 50-50-50 blend at the end. We'll do it.
We'll do a blend of all four,
What's it
just like
called?
a
The
little
Ben?
scotch, the
No,
Benny Walker
the Benny
special.
Walker
Yeah.
special. We'll do it, Benny, just for you.
If you are not subscribed to the Bourbon Note, these guys are the best. They have been one of the kindest, most supportive channels to us when we started.
Yep.
If you don't have a sub to them, go sub to the Bourbon Note. Mods, could you please drop a link for
You can put up
the Bourbon
Christine's
Note?
post, but I will say Ben has always been incredibly kind to me. I usually reach out to him for Brian's birthday and for holidays, and he always helps me find something special for Brian. And he's just been so kind to me personally. And I'm not on the show; I'm just behind the camera, and he's been lovely. So I love the Bourbon Note, and I love Ben Walker.
I'm Greg.
Like, yes, Greg too, but Greg and I don't really chit chat. Maybe
true.
Greg needs to chit chat with me a little bit more.
That's true. Both these are courtesy of hand deliveries from Ben from Minnesota.
That was a big surprise for Brian.
Yep. Sugar Kitty, what's up? I did see you say meow earlier. We're going to do a little something with Sugar Kitty in, I think it might not be like real soon, but pretty soon. Sugar Kitty, we're going to talk a little bit of scotch with Sugar Kitty, I think.
Heard.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, Sugar Kitty, I'll be in touch about that, and we'll set up a time.
I will say, based on how much I'm sorry, I was burping and I was trying not to burp in the camera. I mean, the microphone. Sorry.
She's classy. She's a lady.
Classy AF.
Yep.
As much as I love the Woodford Double Oaked, I am going to say this now pulls in second into the Double Oaked.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really, really delicious. Like if we didn't have Woodford and I was in the mood for that flavor, I would ask you for some of that.
Well, and I like that it's different too. Like it's not just a clone of Double Oaked. It has its own unique flavor profile. It is not just like, oh, I don't have Woodford, I'll just have this and I'll get the same thing. It is a unique animal, and it's equally good.
Agree.
So yeah, I really do like that one. All right, so now we're moving on to 1920. Now 1920 for me, when we started this channel, the first two higher proof bourbons I tasted were Wild Turkey Rare Breed and Old Forester 1920.
Christine's coming up. It's very nice.
And I think, yes, I agree, Christine. We had somebody said, here, Mark Duffy said the bourbon community is amazing. And then Christine said the same thing. Our friend Christine,
she's
really like how supportive the bourbon channels are. Awesome. It's amazing. It's amazing. We've met so many great people and had such a great time doing this, and started other projects doing this. So it's been a lot of fun. Okay. So 1920.
Even for me.
Yeah, that's great. Well, it's awesome hanging down here with you and Lauren and making videos and stuff. We have a good time.
We have a great time. It's really fun.
Okay. So,
sorry.
No, you're fine. Listen, that's what you're here to talk.
Well, no, but sometimes, in real life, when I talk over you, you say, that's once.
Yeah, that's once. That's one interruption. You're doing fine.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
I love you.
Love you too. Okay. So 1920 was one of the first higher proof bourbons I had, and I fell in love with it, even more so than Rare Breed. The Old Forester 1920 kind of started me on the road towards like loving Old Forester. So here's the stats on 1920. It is widely available, and that is true. It's crazy to me that they consider the 1910 semi widely available. I've never had a problem finding, but this one widely available. Again, I've never had a problem finding 1920.
I always see this because I'm always looking for the blue bottle for you.
Yeah.
And we've never,
good luck.
I know. So when I'm looking, I always see the 1920 on the shelf.
Yeah. And I would say of these four, of these kind of core four Whiskey Row bottles, 1920 is the one you see everywhere. I think it's the most widely available.
I concur.
115 proof. They say the MSRP is $59.99. Dave is paying a lot less than that. And it probably goes anywhere from 60 to 65. I don't see it much higher than that. I would never go higher than that. I think 65 is even kind of pushing it. But I do like it. I think it's my favorite of these four before tasting it again.
There he goes, influencing me again.
Well, yeah, but you know I love it. I mean, it's not a secret.
No.
We're not giving secrets out
No,
here.
we're not. But just so you know, I'm a woman of my own accord, and I do have my own opinions, and I will express
true.
mine.
That's true. So here's what they had to say about 1920, a little bit of the history. The Volstead Act of 1920 initiated prohibition in the USA and granted 6 permits to make medicinal bourbon. And Old Forester is one of those. We've talked about this on the channel before. They're one of the 6 distilleries that were able to make bourbon during Prohibition. I believe they were permit number 3.
Ooh, even knowing the permit number.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm a smarty pants.
That's one of the things I like about you.
So they Old Forester continued to be produced as medicinal whiskey on Louisville's famed Whiskey Row. It's the only bourbon continuously sold by the same company that has been available for sale before, during, and after Prohibition. They make it at 115 proof, which is kind of in homage to their Prohibition era proof of their whiskey. And it says right under the 1920 Prohibition style. So this one, I think the combination of the history and then the proof and the flavor really hit for me when I first tried this.
Of course, you know, it's going to hit all your nerd tendencies all at once. So
yeah, I nerded out with this one. So
okay.
Oh, it smells so good. This one I think smells the least proofy because you get so much like aroma out of it that's not just ethanol.
Mm-hmm.
I think it has the best nose of these 4.
I disagree.
You do?
Mm-hmm. I really like the smell of the 1910. Much better.
All right, let's get in. Let's get in for the taste.
Please, let's get in.
Oh, it is.
It's good.
It's exceptional.
Mm-hmm.
It is. So I don't think it has the depth of flavor of one of these the single barrel strengths. And also, I mean, you're talking about at least minimum 15 proof points higher.
Yeah.
But.
And a huge price point difference.
Oh, yeah, of course. Mm-hmm. But it is, of these 4. Well, I think it's close, these 2, as far as the depth of flavor and the amount of flavor you get.
I'm getting a much more mouth burn from this one than any of the others. Yep, of course, right?
Yep.
Okay, but I'm not oohing and eyeing it.
You're not oohing it. See, I am.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I'm getting like the burn, the hug down here.
I have a hug, but it's okay. I'm gonna keep my lips sealed.
You could say, give us your opinion.
I'm going to at the end. I'm gonna tell you which one is my favorite.
Okay.
It's not going to be this one.
Mike Ruckavina.
But we have to try that last one first.
Still haven't bought a bottle of Old Forester yet. I need to try that 1920.
Oh, come over for a sample.
Mike? Yeah. So Mike, when you come over next time, we just talked about this yesterday because Mike got me in Cleveland, got me a bottle of the Middle West Pumpernickel Rye. And that's interesting. We'll review that on the channel. Oh my
God. Can I say about that rye?
Yeah.
It didn't taste like rye, remember?
No. It's got some rye characteristics, but it is not an in-your-face rye. It is super mellow.
Rye is not my brand of bourbon at all, and this one was delicious. I actually drank Brian's last sip.
Yeah, she was like, "Oh, let me try it." So she took a sip and then came back to the couch, took another sip.
I was working in the kitchen as a woman is wont to do,
and then came back and finished it.
And
I had like 2 sips. Yeah,
it was good. I loved it.
Good stuff.
Okay, the 1920 is delicious.
It's exceptional,
but it's not my favorite.
Okay.
So, but now we're gonna try that special one, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I'm gonna get a new glass for that one.
So let's do this.
Okay.
You want to start a wheel of names?
Oh yeah.
So let's do this.
I'm gonna move my microphone for a second because it's awkward by the computer.
Everybody in the chat, you're going to go ahead and type all caps Whiskey Row in the chat. And everybody who does that, we're going to put your name on the wheel of names.
So Brian's got a, what did you call it? What did you say it was while I'm doing, you've got a
vamp. I'm going to vamp while she's typing. So she's going to go ahead and put everybody who puts Whiskey Row, all caps, in the chat. She's going to put your name in the wheel of names. And we're going to give away a flight of these 4. I wish I had 1924 to include in this flight, but Dave was generous. Dave Vogelsang was so generous to give us a 2-ounce sample. We're going to drink some tonight. We are going to save a little for Lauren so she can give it a
At my
taste as well.
suggestion.
Yeah. So we want to make sure that we have that saved. So I apologize. 1924 is not going to be a part of our reality on this channel, only because it's going for, over $100. It's super hard to find. So we rely on the generosity of guys like Dave to let us try these and have an experience with them. So
It's loaded up.
yeah, we're getting a lot of Whiskey Rose. That's awesome. That's fine. We've got time. So while Marianne is taking care of the wheel of names, I'll just kind of remind you guys of a couple things. First of all, we've got an awesome community on Facebook, Bourbon School Community. It's up to 262 members. So if anybody wants to go over there and join, there's a few questions to answer, and then you can join. And we're there. Lauren's there. We're constantly posting, talking to people, chatting. It's kind of a fun place to connect. We'll probably never do a Discord because I'm in Major Zero's Discord, and it's like I can't keep up with it. So there's no way I could keep up with the Discord. So this is probably the best way to kind of connect with us and with the channel. We've got a lot of other YouTubers there that serve as whatchamacallit, like experts, group experts. So make sure you go head over there. And we do have a Patreon. It's $5 a month. We're trying to work on a little more content. I know you do. And we're going to try to do early access to videos. We do giveaways, kind of things we've gotten recently. Last month, we gave away a whole flight of store picks that I had bought locally to William Hall. He won the set of store picks. So if that is something you'd like to do to support the channel, that would be awesome. So I totally blanked.
Oh. Do you need me to help you with something?
No, I'm good. So in the next few weeks, we're going to be putting out, I'm going to probably do a couple of hunt videos because with Lauren being sick, we're going to be a little bit behind. So I'll probably go try to find, from the airport. So yeah,
we're going to go do a bourbon hunting video.
Look at Christine.
What'd she do?
Look on B said doo-doo. I'm a child.
He did?
Yeah. Yeah. I said doo-doo.
Oh.
Yeah, Renaissance Dan has not tried any Old Forester. That would be actually perfect for him.
Okay, I'll see what I can do.
Yeah.
So almost there.
Okay, no problem. And next week, or I'm sorry, this week, the 21st? Yeah, Wednesday the 21st, 9 p.m. The Whiskey Six, our second live stream ever, is going to go, and it'll be myself and hopefully Lauren, Bobby from Bad Axe Bourbon, Ben and Greg from the Bourbon Note, Myron from the Bourbon Drop, Sean from Whiskey Wars, and we do have a guest. The sixth channel this week's going to be Rick from the Dirty RC Bar. And if you're not subscribed to him, go ahead and do that. If a moderator could drop Rick's link in the chat, that would be awesome. And also a link for the Whiskey Six. Go ahead and subscribe to that. We're having a lot of fun. We're trying to do something that not a lot of people do. Pubs kind of are just sitting around talking whiskey, and it's maybe not quite as organized. We wanted to try to do something a little more different, like a panel show, and talk about a little more than whiskey. So that's what we're doing. We're having a good time. We just had a private stream this week to do some planning and had a great time and came up with some cool ideas. So hopefully you guys enjoy that. So while you're finishing up, I'm gonna introduce the 1924. So 1924 is here we go. Stymie Snurdly. Appreciate the opportunity. Hopefully someone that has never sampled these wins tonight. That would be cool. That would be cool. Okay. So lastly is 1924. Now, when 1924 came out, I was super, super excited. Because I had liked Old Forester so much, I was very excited to check out a new Whiskey Row series bottle.
I'm all caught up.
Okay, awesome. I was really, really stoked. And then I found out I think the retail is like $125 or $120.
Ooh, baby.
Yeah. And for me, I know it's a limited release. I know it's a 10-year-old bourbon, but to me, it's just too much. I don't think that's a good value proposition to me.
No, and to be fair, right?
Yes, to be
In all
fair.
reality, to be fair, in all reality, we do have to buy a lot of bourbon for the
Yeah.
channel, and I always say it's for an investment. So what's better to get one bottle for a lot of money, or get a couple bottles that you really need at this point.
Yeah, right.
You
And
know,
so
down the line, we might
yeah,
get them all, but
but
not right now.
but probably not. So here's a little bit of information behind the Whiskey Row Series 1924. It's 10-year-old limited annual release, celebrating another milestone in Old Forester's history. So people were asking before about, is it a limited release? It looks like an annual limited release, which meaning there'll be a certain amount put out every year, and when it's gone, it's gone. Come back next year for
Yeah,
more.
but you know what? Saying you saying stuff like that, I'd be like, "B, let's get this."
No, we're not doing it. During Prohibition, more than 200 distilleries were forced to close. Old Forester, however, continued operations because of the federal government issued us one of 6 medicinal licenses, P3. So I was right. They acquired barrels from closed distillers with different mash bills and had bottled that liquid as Old Forester. This release commemorates that moment in time. And then I found a little more information because I was curious about like the different mash bills. So here's what I found out. The classic Old Forester recipe mash bill is 72% corn, 18% rye, 10% malted barley. 1924 is tweaked a little bit. So they just kind of went with a different mash bill to kind of, go along with that idea. So you're going to leave some in here because we'll blend after we're done with this. We'll blend. No, leave that in there. Leave some in your glass. Don't drink.
I understand
all
what you're saying.
But don't put more in. This is for Lauren.
I know there's plenty here for Lauren. I need a scotch more to make the
Okay.
blend because I have to taste it.
Okay.
Okay, I got it. I understood what you're saying, and then I was going to hold it up and say, "Look, Lauren, we have for you."
Yes. So new 1924 bourbon has its own mash bill. 79% corn, 11% rye, 10% malted barley. So they upped the corn a little, brought the rye down quite a bit.
Good.
The malted barley is the same. So they just kind of more corn, less rye.
Good.
So this is also, I also found this out, that it's the same mash bill that is in King of Kentucky, which is a much more expensive bottle than this, and Early Times, bottled in bond, which is now Sazerac. It's no longer Brown-Forman. But anyway, the thing that really excited me about this is, see somebody right here. Look at Grifter Edge. 1924 is the same mash bill as
Brown-Forman.
Early Times in King of Kentucky. Perfect.
Look at you.
Well, I just looked it up. It's not like I had
look
this
at
knowledge.
Griffin Edge. Very good.
Grifter Edge.
Grifter Edge.
Yeah.
Didn't have my glasses on. Sorry.
Life from the patio. We have a 1924 review dropping later this week. Excellent. Go subscribe to Life from the Patio. If somebody could drop their link, that would be awesome. Okay. So let's go ahead and give this a try.
Okay.
We have a lot of people saying they passed on 19. Whoop, that's not.
It's right there.
Oh, okay. They passed on 1924 based on the price, and that's kind of where we're at.
Mm-hmm.
We're at, like, the price kills it for me.
Yeah.
And if it came out at $80 or $90, I'd probably buy one just to have it.
Well, yeah, of course. Yeah.
But
how much did you say?
I think 120 or 125.
That's an awful.
It might even be more. I mean, I've seen it for more. But
it's got a. This is a weird smell.
Mike, Grand, one of the ones up in Lockport, Grand Wine and Spirits, somebody has it up in the Lockport area. They had quite a few of it. So that's a place to go. Stacy says, Maria.
Hi, Stacy.
All right.
This has a weird smell.
See, now this one, we didn't give any stats on this one. It is 10-year-old 100 proof. So 100 proof, and I think it does smell proofy. Like I definitely can tell this is a little higher proof. It actually smells proofier than the 1920 to me.
Yes.
Like it's got a little more ethanol burn on the nose.
I am not. I will tell you off camera what I am smelling on this one. There's no way you're going to get me to say it live.
Ooh.
But this has a very, very odd smell. Okay,
That
thank
is
God it doesn't taste like it smells.
that is weird.
It's weird.
It is woody. But like wet wood.
Stop
Don't
it.
come
God.
on. We're a kids show here. Well, not a kids
No,
show.
we are
but
not.
We're a family show.
No, you have to be 21 to watch this show.
Okay,
Drink
well,
responsibly. There's 2 teachers on this
Ooh.
chat, 3 teachers on this channel. Drink responsibly.
but you know what? I got a ton of
Okay.
like corn sweetness
I'm going
on
to
the
tell you
like back of my tongue.
right now, this is not worth that price point.
Well, I'm taking a second sip. Take a
Okay,
second sip.
I will. But this, based on that smell and the flavor that I'm getting, I would not pay $125
Okay.
for this bottle.
This 100% tastes like it's more aged. You're definitely
Yes,
getting
Christine, I'll tell you.
you're definitely getting like an oaky wood kind of flavor in it, but it almost doesn't taste real. And I'm not accusing anybody of flavoring it at all. Like, we've had enough of that in the last month, but it almost tastes like artificially.
Somebody just
woody.
said compressed fake wood. Oh, Stacy did. Stacy said
Mhm.
compressed fake wood. And going back to Christine, yes, I will tell you privately what I think this thing smells like.
Yes, it's like, it's weird. So all I'm getting off of this is some burn on the front.
Yep.
Then you get that weird, like, wet wood note. And then I get a lot of corn sweetness. And then it's gone. I have some pepper in it. Like, there's something lingering, like some like black pepper on my tongue, but that's it. There's flavor wise, there's nothing left.
So with bourbon, I can tell you for sure there are different places where it burns
Yeah.
going down. Okay, sorry. We have to stop with it. That's what she says. Sometimes I can taste it in the back of my tongue.
Yeah.
Sometimes I can taste it in
Sure.
the back of my throat. And for this particular one, I can taste it on the front of my tongue. And that
Okay.
is weird to me too. There is nothing about this. It's 1924, right?
Yes.
I do not like it.
You are not the first channel to have that reaction in
Okay.
1924. It's funny
I'm
because
very glad.
I will tell you, I've actually avoided a lot of people's reviews, not because I thought we were going to review it, because I thought we'd
You'd
never have
get
it.
it. Yeah.
I was like, I don't want to know because I'll never have it. And I was kind of pissy
Yeah,
because
yeah,
we
yeah.
couldn't get it. And I love Old Forester. If I spent $125
I
in
would
this
be
bottle,
mad
I'd
at
be
you.
pissed.
I'd be
Yeah.
mad. Okay. And I am all, like I said to you before, this is no kidding. If there's a store pick or a single barrel, I'm always telling Brian, get it, because I love having one of something that there is. But this
Yeah.
is just not that. Like, I do not think this is that special.
Look at Lauren. She just put, I can't wait to taste it because we're talking it up so high.
I'm
yeah.
sorry, Lauren.
No,
I mean,
yeah,
there's plenty
we're
here for you.
influencing her. It's just weird. I don't know. Like, I'm not going to call this a bad bourbon. I am going to call this a bad value. Like over $100 for this is not a good value.
No, I've had worse bourbon before.
I've had,
sure.
oh my God,
a lot worse.
The American Barrels, the shotgun shell with the snake.
I didn't even try it because
straight urine.
Yeah, I was
It
not
was
interested
terrible.
in trying urine, so I passed on that one. I am what I will call this is a disappointment.
Yeah, and like think about like Peter White is saying, like, when in doubt, like, just get another KC12. Like, think about the bourbons that you have that are a little bit higher age, and we've always said, like, anything, like, I think KC12 is great. It's perfectly aged, and I think once you get beyond that, it's like diminishing returns.
Yeah.
Think about some of the higher aged bourbons that we've had. Russell's 10-year.
We tried the Knob Creek 18.
The KC12, that even the Knob Creek 18 was over oaked. Like, it was very oaky, almost overpowering, but at least it tasted like real, like, aging.
My memory is a little faded
on the 18
on the 18 because it was very late into the evening.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't even remember that I had it.
I feel like the oak flavor, the wood, the age that you get off of this does not taste genuine. And it's not flavored. I'm not suggesting that at all. It just gives it a weird funk that
Ooh.
doesn't seem like like compared to some other higher age, like 10 and 12 years we've had, it does not compare. I don't think.
This is a no for me.
It's a
dog.
no. I would not buy this one.
And
for
I
sure.
say dog.
So those of you who have entered to win
Oh.
a sample pack,
Yep.
you're not missing out. I don't believe you are. But again, it's
I agree.
subjective.
I agree.
And I hope, like, listen, if people out there like it, we're not trying to insult you. We're
Yeah,
not trying
sorry.
to like drag your palate.
No, everybody, it's
just-
subjective, but I just can't get behind it
Yeah.
personally.
I would not buy this one. I
No.
think I'm at peace with not having this one in the collection.
And also, don't be offended by me because I don't know shit about bourbon, and I'm just offering a very amateur opinion here. So don't take my opinion for much of
Yeah.
anything. Don't say yeah.
So
Wait a minute.
Stacy said my worst bottles lately are a toss up between Traveler, which is a Buffalo Trace product. That's the Chris Stapleton. He's a country music singer who doesn't drink, but he
know who
has
he
his
is.
own whiskey,
Oh, what?
right?
No, that's
So that's weird.
dumb.
And Gus and Bruno, which Stacy, is this like Gus and Brew from Letterkenny? Like, is this like somebody who put that label on a bottle? Because that sounds very interesting to me. But if it's terrible, then maybe I'll have to
I
pass.
feel like Christine and I are having our own little conversation.
You totally are. Christine, it's a little pitchy for
She
me.
heard me. I
dog.
said it's a no for me, dog.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, this is a good question. So
Okay.
Corgi Kaiju 69 says, I wonder if it's the heat cycling that makes the flavor off. And so like we've had plenty of bourbons that like are aged in that high heat.
Mhm.
You've had the Still Austin.
Yep.
We've had the Fiddler Georgia Heartwood. This is not the same.
This is not.
It's not that same kind of sharp, like high heat flavor. It's a weird like artificial wood flavor. And that's the only way I could describe it. I'm not a fan, but like I said, I wouldn't call it like trash. It's not nothing Old Forester makes is trash.
No.
This is just one I would
This
not
is
put in my
just not
collection.
this would not go on my top 5.
I would
list.
not have to be a whiskey row completist for this one for sure. I would
Okay.
just be good with these 4.
Yeah.
All right.
And now
so-
we're gonna mix it up. We're gonna do the
Well,
blend.
we'll do the blend at the end. Let's
Okay.
rank them. So how would you rank these?
I'm putting the 1910 first.
Okay, so 1910
I
first.
really did love it. And then I would say the 1920.
Okay.
And then it's like these are tied for third.
Mhm.
So I would say 97 and then 70.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
And that would
And then
be
your 1924 is last.
dead last.
Okay. So
like these have lapped in the race. The 1924 is way behind in the race.
there you go. Maria might not know bourbon, but she knows cookies.
Thank you. But I think I'm doing okay.
She knows bourbon too. Yeah, for sure. For sure. All right. So I'm going to go 1920, 1910. And then I think this is the same way I kind of felt about them when we went to Old Forester. So 1920, 1910, 1870, then 1897.
So we do not agree anywhere close today. But that's fine.
No, you were 1910 first, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we were a little off.
We
but
mixed everything we mixed up. But that's
Yeah.
okay, right?
Yeah.
That's
That's
fine.
fine. That's fine. We got them all. So you
This
drink this and I'll drink that.
This is fine.
Yeah. And then 1924 would be my last. I think.
Oh.
For sure it's my last. All right, so let's do like I'm gonna try
Okay.
to put equal
Look,
parts
I
in.
saved a little. I didn't even finish this glass. Well, I knew I wasn't supposed to, but very
Okay.
little. Like,
So we got to put equal parts of
Okay,
each.
okay.
You don't have to drink it all,
no, I'm not going to.
but we're just going to, unless it's really good.
Well, then we'll
what
bring
if
it to the
it's-
hot tub with us.
What if it's the best thing ever?
I don't think it'll be the best thing ever, but it's also going to be a very deep pour here. Like,
Yeah.
So we need
Oh,
to
you got a little more in yours than I have.
take it slow.
So we already have some 1924 in there. We kept some in the bottle
Correct.
for,
For Lauren.
but we kept some in our glasses.
I
and
hope
then
she
we're
agrees
adding-
with me on this one. I know I'm highly influencing you, but usually Lauren and I agree on bourbon more than she and Brian do, as a matter of fact, because like
I
I
think
said,
that's right.
I do the sampling behind the camera. And when we talk about it, it's usually
Mm-hmm.
Lauren and I come out similar in our opinions. And you and Lauren kind of differ.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes we're the same, sometimes we differ.
Well,
okay.
I think in the blinds, you're not very similar.
So let's
Right,
go ahead,
right.
like give it a mix.
Okay. Benny Walker, here we go.
Here you go, Ben. We've got all 5 in here. So all the way from 1870 to 1924 in the glass.
Look at all those 1910 people out there agreeing with me. Thank
It's
you.
and I would also say, like, if you wanted to start somebody on, like, hey, I want to introduce you to the Whiskey Row series, and they're not a bourbon drinker, it's 1870 or 1910
Ha.
to start with. I
Lauren
would
said
say.
this is true. See, you don't know. Lauren and I agree more than you and Lauren agree.
You think so?
Yes,
Okay.
100% of the time.
That's fine.
Okay,
all right.
ready? You ready?
Yep.
Okay. It smells good.
Smells really good.
Yeah.
Actually, it's got a lot of burn.
No, I smell caramel. A lot
Yeah.
of caramel. Okay, here we go. Back off of the microphone. I'm not looking at you. Oh, okay. That's delicious.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get I get a nice smoky, caramely, fruity flavor in there altogether.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Ooh, I really like that. The only thing is it's still not a lot of burn for me. There's still not that proof burn that I really
No.
like.
There.
You know?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean,
None
you're
of
talking
these are
about
high proof.
all of these are you got 3 that are 100 proof,
Right.
4 that are 100 proof or less,
And if you average it out,
and
it's
then only
not.
115.
Yeah,
Yeah. But if you did it Ben Walker style,
Uh-huh.
it's 100, 200, 315, 405, 498 proof.
Then you have to divide by 5.
No. It's 498 proof. We put all these in the bottle or in the glass. You add it all up.
Okay.
It's 498 proof.
I don't think I'd be teaching that math in my class in particular, but
If you're still out there, you got to back me up on this one.
because it's you have to average, Ben. You're putting it all together and then you have to divide by 5 to get the average of the.
Nope, you just add them up, and that's the proof.
Okay, that's why you're social studies and I teach math.
So yeah, Renaissance Dan, yes. So 1915 is equal parts 1910 and 1920. And then they call it 1915. And it is exceptional. And you can actually, what's cool is we actually have a bottle upstairs. You can go on Etsy and get bottles that look just like this. And they say 1915, the perfect blend on them. And they have the Old Forester logo on them and stuff.
You got one.
Yeah, I have one upstairs.
Go back to Brian and Lauren's, like we're talking about like over a year now. When they did the Old Forester, they did a review of this 1910 and he got a really cute label.
Mhm.
Go watch that episode. It was really, really good. Worth your time.
Yeah, definitely. It's cool. And it was like $10 or something.
Yeah.
They just
And
send
I
you
think
the
you
stickers in the mail.
plug the Etsy shop on there too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. The link for the Etsy shop's on that. You got to go back to the 19th. It's one of our first videos.
Yes.
I know you said that, but
I did. And actually I think you were still
we were
at
at
that
the
time,
bar over
for
there
sure. Yep.
and it had the remember the glowing like cursive writing that I used to put on our thumbnails and it would be close-ups of all the bottles and it wouldn't be us on the thumbnail. Yeah, it was one of
Okay, a
those.
couple things I want to say. There are the chat is blowing up with people who say 1910. But
Yeah.
I also want to say that Stacy, my friend,
Yes.
Stacy, said it's the new math.
Yes,
Marianne.
I see that. So
Thank you, Stacy. I appreciate you agreeing with me. Ben, I got nothing but love for you, kid, but you can't
No.
add it up that way.
That's what it is.
Nope.
It is.
No.
It is the Benny Walker special. It's
My
named after him.
God.
That's what it is. So let's do one last chance.
Oh
If
God,
you
here I go.
wa-
Okay.
If you want to enter for a flight of these 4 Whiskey Row bourbons, go ahead and put Whiskey Row all caps in the chat. If you came in late, Marianne here is going to go ahead and put you on the wheel of names. If you're not already on there, then we'll spin the wheel.
This is delicious.
Yeah.
Holy crap, it's really good.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Wheel of names.
Oh, but then nobody's saying anything.
Yeah. Okay.
What do you want me to do? There it is. R. Ramos 7.
Okay. Yeah. So we have a couple. And then hopefully and Alfredo Gomez also. So hopefully our next live, I'm thinking I just talked to Stacy this week about having her come on and we've got a ton of Irish whiskey samples from Stacy over there from 4 Leaf Whiskey. Go subscribe if you're not. And so I'm thinking hopefully next month we'll sit down and do a live with Stacy and she can walk us through some samples. I think we had a lot of Killowen samples and a couple others. I can also put her on the spot and ask for some advice because we're going to Ireland,
Why are you going to Ireland, Brian?
because my wife has arranged a 50th birthday trip to Ireland in August. I'm going to be in Dublin celebrating my birthday in a pub somewhere. Turning 50, and we've got a group of people going. Christine, who's in the chat,
Rachel's
is going.
in the
Rachel, who's in the
chat.
chat, is going. So
It's pretty amazing that we have all these
Yes.
people who committed and said, when I said, hey, you guys, I want to go to Ireland for Brian's birthday, people were on board.
Yeah.
Like, it's amazing. I tell Brian all the time, I'm going to gush here for a second. He's beloved.
Oh my God.
He is. Okay.
Stop it.
I can't help it. You are beloved. And so I'm happy to do this trip for him.
So
we're going to have a great time. I'm done.
We're looking forward to it. We're going to have a good time, and we're going for like 8 days or something. And yeah, I will turn 50 in Dublin, which is amazing. So yeah, so we're gonna we had a little planning meeting last night. We have a couple of stops that are kind of like some basic ones, like Teeling we're going to go to, and Jameson. I would like to go to Row & Co. I would like to take the trip to Clonakilty, but we'll see. But
my
Stacey,
big goal is just to get
I'm going to put you on
sweater.
the spot, and we'll get some suggestions for some other places we might want to venture off to while
Why
we're
don't you
there.
throw up that 4-leaf whiskey Stacy comment right there?
Which one? Oh, this one here. Oh, wait, this one. Yes, looking forward to it.
No,
We
no,
are
no,
too,
no, no,
Stacey.
No.
Oh,
Your
this
wife
one. Your wife is
awesome.
Okay, yeah. Well, she is, and it was awesome that you filled in tonight. Thank you so
Oh,
much.
I'm having a good time.
Yeah.
I hope nobody's disappointed that, we miss Lauren. I just hope, I'm always worried that, like, people are going to see me and be like, oh shit, where's Lauren?
Never. Okay. There's a pub or two in Dublin. Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard tell of some pubs in Dublin.
Christine just said every night ends in a pub. Brian did this really cool presentation.
I made a PowerPoint.
You made a
Canva.
Okay. And every night ended in capital letters.
Pubs. Yep. Pubs. So yeah. Okay. So are we good?
Everybody's ready. You want me to spin?
We're going to spin the wheel.
Okay.
I don't have it on my computer, so we're not going to share screens on StreamYard. I will just.
Sorry.
That's okay. We're going to go ahead and spin it.
Okay.
Go ahead and shuffle a couple times.
Okay, ready? I promise you I'm being fair. I have to put my glasses on. These are the over 40.
I
know you find it hard to believe.
And we had a lot of people who in the chat said, oh, if I win, I want to give it to this person.
We'll discuss that after we pick the winner.
If you are one of those people who wants to hand it off to somebody who hasn't had it, just go ahead and let us know in the chat. That's cool. You are not obligated to.
Okay, really fast. I need somebody in the chat. The first number I see, you're going to tell me how many times I should shuffle. Somebody throw a number in the chat really fast. Don't let me have dead air here. Okay, still dead air. That's
all right.
Throw a number 1 to 5. 3.
No.
Christine wins. She wins all the time. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and spin.
All right. So it's spinning, and spin. The winner is.
I can turn my computer around because mine isn't connected to anything.
Go ahead.
R. Ramos 7. Yay.
R. Ramos 7. Take it easy there.
Okay. That's the best I could do.
Yep. That's fine.
Okay. Congratulations.
So, R. Ramos, here's what you're going to do. You are going to send us an address to bourbonschool100@gmail.com, and we will get you out a sample pack of all 4 of these Whiskey Row
in a cute birch box.
Yeah, it's awesome. My wife gets the birch boxes, and they're these little rectangular boxes, and they have like a magnetic closure on them and everything, and they fit 4 sample bottles perfectly.
And then he puts his cute little business card on
little
there.
Bourbon School sticker on the front
Brian
over the birch
and Lauren
box.
have signed cards that say thanks for watching. It's really they are classy. These two.
Yeah. Yeah, we're classy AF.
Oh, they're the best. The best.
All right. So, hey, guys, we really appreciate you guys hanging out with us for an hour and 10 minutes
Thanks
tonight.
for having me.
Oh, my God.
I
this
had a
was
lot
great.
of fun.
I had so much fun.
I really did have
I'm so happy you did this.
Oh, thanks. I'll listen. Anytime you guys want to have me on, I'll do it. I was really nervous about it, but I will gladly come back on.
Yes, absolutely.
But this seat forever and always belongs to Lauren first and foremost.
Yes, absolutely. But it was nice having you. It was nice having you on. I'm happy you came here. So thanks for filling it.
Anytime. Truly.
I love you.
I'm happy to support you and Lauren.
So don't forget Whiskey 6 Wednesday night. 9 p.m. It'll be over on our channel, the Whiskey Six channel. So if you're not a subscriber to that channel, please make sure you subscribe.
Mhm.
If you are out there and you haven't subscribed to Bourbon School, please
Oh,
consider
please.
giving us a sub.
They are so
we're
close to
trying,
1,500.
yeah, we're
Come
trying
on,
so hard to
guys.
get to
Yep.
1,500. So that would be awesome. And everybody out there, all these channels that have been in our chat tonight, the Bourbon Note, Four Leaf Whiskey, Beach Sand Bourbon, Chris Jenkins, uh, uh, Below Average Bourbon, whoever, if I'm,
Bourbon Note.
yeah, I said Bourbon
I'm
Note.
sorry.
Patio, I forget what that one is. Shit. But everybody who has been in the chat tonight, please go.
You can go back in the comments
Yeah.
and post their channels
Absolutely.
later.
Please go and subscribe to all these channels. Like we're all out here making content, and
They're doing it for fun. They're doing it to entertain. And you know, the subscribers, it's nice. It makes them feel
it
good.
feels good to
Yeah.
know you're doing it for somebody.
And you know that somebody's watching.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
anything you could
absolutely.
do to support these channels would be really awesome.
And we've got our next,
I love you, Christine Cruz Keefe, to pieces.
I'm hoping that our next live will be with Stacy, and then after that we're looking to live stream with Sugar Kitty and taste some scotch. So that will be like our live stream schedule is kind of wonky. We just kind of do it when we can. So we'll give you plenty of notice, and we'll put a notification out there and let you know when a live stream is coming. But all of you, thank you so much for watching. And
thanks for having me tonight. I appreciate
absolutely.
you sticking around for me. And you know, letting me entertain you for the evening. I had a lot of fun.
And I believe Whiskey Nose started at 8 o'clock tonight. So head on over to Whiskey Nose.
Sorry.
Tell them Bourbon School sent you over, and go check out their live stream. So Marianne,
cheers, Brian.
Cheers. Love you.
Love you, honey.
And thank you all so much for being here tonight, and take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Nope.